Today we're going to learn about permutations. So what are permutations? Permutations are all the possible ways a set of things can be arranged or ordered. So for example, if we think about having a red, a yellow and a green block, we can now look at what all the possible permutations for ordering those colored blocks would look like. Here you can see that there are 6 different permutations for ordering the colors of the blocks. It's important that each permutation is different, but it's also important that you don't miss any. So in total there are 6 permutations for arranging the colored blocks in this example. Let's have a think mathematically why there are 6 permutations for the colored blocks. If you're thinking about choosing the first block, you have 3 different colors to choose from, a red, a green or a yellow. But when it comes to choosing your second block, there are then only 2 options. So for example, if you chose a red first, you can now only choose a yellow or a green for your second block. Finally, when it comes to choosing the third block, there's only 1 option because the first 2 have been chosen already. So the number of different permutations are 3 times 2 times 1, which equals 6. So let's have a look at another example. How many different ways can the letters B, C, D, E be arranged? Okay, well there are 4 letters. So there are 4 options for choosing the first letter, 3 for the second, 2 for the third, and so on. So there are 24 permutations in total because you do 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 gives you 24. Okay, now try this one yourself to see if you've got the idea. How many different ways can the letters A, B, C, D, E be arranged? Pause the video, have a go, and then press play on the video to see the answer. There are 5 different letters, so you do 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which gives you 120 different possible permutations. The next question is, how do you change this if one of the letters repeats? So for the next example, how many different ways can the letters E, F, F, G be arranged? There are 4 letters, so you have to start by doing 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. But because the F repeats twice, this reduces the possible number of permutations. So you have to divide by 2 times 1 because that's how many times the F repeats. Now if you look, there is 2 times 1 in the numerator and the denominator. So you can cancel the 2 at the top with the 2 at the bottom and the 1 at the top with the 1 at the bottom, which just leaves you 4 times 3 in the numerator. 4 times 3 is 12, so there are 12 different permutations. Let's have a look at another example. How many different ways can the letters A, B, C, 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 D be arranged? There are 120 different permutations. Let's look at how we got that. So there are 6 letters, so in the numerator you do 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now the letter C repeats 3 times, so in the denominator you do 3 times 2 times 1. Now there's 3 times 2 times 1 in both the numerator and the denominator, so you can cancel this down, and that leaves you 6 times 5 times 4 in the numerator. And that gives you a total of 120 different permutations. Let's see if you've got this. Try this one. How many different ways can the letters A, B, 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 E be arranged? Pause the video, have a go, and then when you're ready, play the video to see if you got the right answer. Okay, hopefully you got 20. Because there were 5 letters to start with, so you do 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 in the numerator. The letter B repeats 3 times, so you divide by 3 times 2 times 1. The 3 times 2 times 1 in both the numerator and the denominator cancels out. That leaves you 5 times 4, which gives you 20 different permutations. Finally, let's have a look at how you handle it if more than one letter repeats. So in this example, let's have a look at how many different ways the letters can be arranged if you have E, F, F, G, G, G. There are 60 different permutations, but let's have a look at how we got that. First of all, there are 6 letters, so you do 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 in the numerator. Now in the denominator, the F repeats twice, so you do 2 times 1. But the G also repeats 3 times, so in the denominator you also multiply by 3 times 2 times 1. Now there's 3 times 2 times 1 in both the numerator and denominator, so they cancel down. That leaves you 6 times 5 times 4 in the numerator and a 2 times 1 in the denominator. So you have 120 divided by 2 to finish off the calculation, which gives you 60 different permutations. Let's have a look at another example of this type of question. How many different ways can the letters X, X, Y, Y, Y be arranged? There are 5 different letters, so in the numerator you do 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now you put the repeating letters in the denominator, so the X repeats twice, so you include a 2 times 1. The Y repeats 3 times, so you include a 3 times 2 times 1 in the denominator. Now in both the numerator and denominator there are 3 times 2 times 1, so they cancel down, leaving you 5 times 4 in the numerator, 2 times 1 in the denominator, so you have 20 divided by 2, leaving you 10 different permutations for this combination of letters. Okay, to finish with today, why don't you try this one to see if you've mastered this topic. How many different ways can the letters C, C, D, E, E be arranged? Pause the video, have a go, then play the video to find out the answer to see if you're right. Hopefully you got 30. There are 5 different letters, so you do 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 in the numerator. In the denominator you include the repeating letters, so the C repeats twice, so you include a 2 times 1 in the denominator for that. The E also repeats twice, so you include another 2 times 1 in the denominator. Now there's a 2 times 1 in both the numerator and denominator, which can cancel down. That then leaves you 5 times 4 times 3 in the numerator, which is 60, and 2 times 1 in the denominator, which is 2. To finish off, you do the 60 divided by 2, which leaves you 30 different permutations. That's it, folks. You've studied permutations. I hope you found this video useful, and thank you for listening.